are someone that feels like you don't have control over your actions and are feeling in quite a lot of discomfort with the actions that you are or have been taking, then stay tuned, because in today's video, I will share with you how you can stop this unnecessary action taken and feel so much better about yourself and in the process too. But before I go into that, guys, I am Natalie. I am a neurotransformation therapy practitioner and a manifestation coach. And my channel, As the Pennies Drop, is all about creating a life that you love, deserve, and desire. I do offer a variety of coaching solutions, one-to-one time with me, self-study workshops, and programs where we deep dive into releasing those limiting beliefs that are keeping you stuck from the life that you truly deserve to experience. I also have a variety of social media platforms, free Facebook group for any manifestation questions. And I have a members only channel on YouTube too called the Badass Manifestor Community. So you can find out all about that and about me simply by clicking the links below this video. Okay, so let's get back to the video. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a story with you all that confirms how doing nothing as opposed to doing something is always the best action. So the story I'm going to share will resonate to a lot of you, or maybe even all of you that have come across this video. And this video is created for the specific purpose that you will finally learn to take control of yourself, so you no longer feel the need to take unnecessary action in the future. So what is my story? Okay, I had a belief that I needed to be the one that pursued, that chased. I had a belief. There were reasons behind that, which I'm not going to go into. But there were reasons behind that, limiting beliefs that I had about myself based on stories that other people shared with me about me. And I unknowingly took on these limiting beliefs. Now, it's not that I pursue and chase all the time. It's not that I do that. But in certain circumstances, that is what I was doing. And the story of why I was actioning in this particular way aligned to these limiting beliefs. But I couldn't see it. I couldn't see what it is that I was actually doing, which when I look back now, obviously, it didn't make me feel good. It didn't make me feel good. So because I wasn't feeling great, and I'm all about how I feel, feeling good, feeling positive, feeling happy, feeling joyful, feeling grateful, feeling appreciative, feeling abundant, prosperous, you name it. That's my focus. But because this particular way that I was actioning, which was absolutely unnecessary, but was absolutely aligned to the limiting beliefs, the stories that I'd been fed externally to believe that, yes, I have to action this way, made me feel really awful. Actually, it did not make me feel good, but it was like I couldn't stop it. I couldn't stop it. I couldn't stop it. I couldn't stop it. Until one day I felt so dreadful that I went within and I got the answers that I needed to get. And I'm going to be sharing with you exactly what you can do. If you are in a place where you're actioning on something or chasing, pursuing something, it doesn't have to be a person. It could be clients, it could be a business, it could be a job, it could be anything, friends, it could be anything. So it doesn't actually have to be a specific person that you are chasing or pursuing. But in my scenario, my chasing and my pursuing, not overly obsessively at all, but it just wasn't making me feel good. It wasn't aligned to my truth, you see. It wasn't aligned to who I am. And if you see yourself as somebody that is the prize, the trophy, the queen, the king, the god, the goddess of your life, think about it. Are you somebody that feels like you have to pursue? Because if you do, then you're the opposite of what you're saying you are. If you feel like you have to chase, and you're the opposite of what you're saying you are. So you're completely out of alignment with your affirmations that you're telling yourself that you are. And this could just be in one area. It won't necessarily be in all areas, or maybe it is in all areas of your life that you act a particular way. So you're out of control with your actions and out of control with your behaviors. So what is it that I did so I could turn this around? Obviously, you knew that this video was going to end positively. And so how you can turn things around, how you can start to take control back. So what I said was happening, it was something that I felt totally out of my control. I felt out of control with it. And the harder I focused on not taking action, the more I wanted to take and did take action. And none of it, as I said, made me feel good, not one bit. In fact, the more I felt compelled to take this unnecessary action, the harder things felt and were, and the more awful I felt. So what did I do? What did I do to finally turn this around? Now, I have to say, I don't regret doing this because I learned so much about myself and some buried limiting beliefs that I still needed to release within me. So instead of beating yourself up mentally about it, see it as a lesson that without it, you would not be able to change and to be able to stop all of this unnecessary pain and hurt and action that you're causing onto yourself. So how did I train myself to have control over myself in this particular scenario? And so I could take these lessons and apply them in all areas of my life. Number one, I recognized that I didn't feel good. I recognized that I had limiting beliefs as to why I felt I had to action this way. And I recognized that there was an area within me that I still needed to heal from. I got the pen and paper out. See, I practiced what I preach. I made notes of all of the above, including how it was making me feel, which was not good. I went within, I spoke to my subconscious, and I asked for help. What do I need to learn from this? And how can I change this? And the answer came very simply, really. I needed to see myself as someone that was worth more than this, and that it was okay to sit still and to not action. I understood that there were limiting beliefs that had come from where they'd come from, and I revised them. I deep dived into more meditations to still my mind. I recognized the more I did this, the easier it became to take my focus off the action in that was not making me feel good. And I forgave myself for putting myself through this pain, and causing this pain onto myself. I dove deep into my inner dialogue with affirmations and intentions. I put more focus onto what things made me feel good, being with my friends, exercising, listening to happy music, being out in nature. I sat still in my own company and I loved it. I watched movies I loved that I hadn't watched for years. I planned things, lovely things that I could do. I got rid of things in my home I no longer wanted. I decluttered. It was such a great feeling. And through this experience and all I was learning and letting go of, I found more trust in the universe. I gave it up. Not just this, but the whole entire thing of not letting go. I let it all go to the universe, and I turned to my inner compass. And over a period of time, it was about 6 weeks, I was able to sit still and purely focus on me and how I felt. I was able to fine tune how I was feeling. I was able to hear by how I felt what I wanted to put my energy into and what I didn't want to put my energy into. And it became effortless. Throughout my days now, I put my efforts into myself and things and people that make me feel good. And at any time, if anything that I'm doing does not align to how I want to feel, I just don't do it. I turn away from it and I put my focus on what does. I'm very lucky because I truly love how I live my life. And the more I focus on how I feel when anything doesn't serve me or sit with me, I pull back from it, because yes, it is being selfish to a degree. But when you realize your vibration is your point of attraction, you simply do not want to be around or do things that bring your vibration down. You just don't. I slowed down. I allowed myself to learn more about what I needed to let go of, including familiar habits. I dug deeper on my self-love practice. And my workshop for the links of that is below. I sat in meditations. I focused on still in my mind. I put the focus on things that made me feel good. And I was able to hear even more clearly from my subconscious mind and my inner compass of what was and no longer serving me. And I chose to follow what did serve me and what did make me feel good, what made me feel alive. And over the space of 6 weeks, I dug deep every day. And in the end, I was able to totally let go of the need to control and to take unnecessary actions that did not make me feel good. And I was able to sit still, which in my opinion is the best form of action, taking no action at all. And it felt in time more comfortable to be able to do this. I literally handed my trust to the universe, my life, my desires to the universe, and I was able to give it up. And to this day, I choose to focus on how I feel, and that being my priority. So I ask myself the question, would that make me feel good? thinking about that, how does that make me feel? And I trust that. I trust how I feel. And it has become that simple for me now. But I had to go through it to get here. And I remained consistent in this. No, it didn't change overnight. It was a process, but I got there. And this has absolutely transformed my entire life, to be honest. You know, I don't worry about tomorrow. I focus in the now and only on today. And anytime I feel a little bit off center or a little bit out of alignment, it's because I'm thinking about the future. So I then simply and effortlessly do what I need to do to get myself back into alignment, whether that's listening to my favorite music, meditating, speaking in beautiful affirmations about myself, forgiving, going into my inner child, sitting still in gratitude and appreciation, doing fun things, dancing, exercise, calling a friend, going out. It's hard to stop the non-action when it is a familiar habit, but it is possible to change it. Working out why this is and why you do have this and what the limiting beliefs you have about yourself are key here. Then now you know, by taking one day at a time, you can turn in on yourself and focus on you becoming still and putting your attention on what does feel good for you, releasing those old beliefs by creating empowering beliefs, along with meditating. And over time, with practice and forgiveness, you will enable you to eventually stop all of this unnecessary pain that you're causing onto yourself and the unnecessary action taken. And you will in time learn to become still, to trust, and you will feel so much happier too. So if you would like to find out more about my healing programs, my workshops, my self-love workshop, the 6-week breakthrough program, or the ultimate transformation program, then all of the links to all of my coaching solutions can be found by clicking the link below this video. And that's it for me today, guys. I really hope that this has helped those that I've intended it for, and that you understand that it's a process. Some things don't change overnight, but in time, with consistency and practice and diligence and persistence, it does change. And just from releasing those little limiting beliefs that were controlling me to act a particular way, I have felt free, even more free than I've ever felt in my entire life. And it just feels incredible. And I know that if I can do it and remain consistent and focusing on only how I feel, you guys can do it too. Okay, sending you so much love. Please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will be back very, very soon.